And he'll give it to her kind of as an aside as he starts looking over at the materials again.
Alright. So if you want to, she won't like let it go immediately. She'll just kind of study it for a bit while you make another one.
Yeah, no, like he's just looking over it at the moment. Like, should I? I know that's not my best work. I can't be satisfied with it. And then, kind of absent-mindedly, Rio will go and start picking more flowers.
Right.
And it's like, yeah. He would try again. That one would be
obviously
so
we'll get back to the dorm a bit later, but that one.
That's fine.
Alright. Alright.
Same.
Alright, so that's nearly twice as good.
Yeah. Proud of you, buddy.
You did it.
Yay.
Wow. Kaharu would have so many favors if she was sitting right next to you.
I'm great at making favors.
And Katsumi would have been like waiting patiently, like watching you do it this time.
Yeah, like the first time, honestly, I'm gonna say that he picked kind of the flowers she was working with, like the flowers that he thought, the shrine was most attuned to, but now he's just picking what looks like his favorite flower. That's why I'm selling it anyways. Okay.
And this will be like, wow, that really is quite something. I've seen you've put more of yourself in it rather than what you expect would be good for the gods this time.
Well, yes, like I said, the first one simply doesn't measure up, and I strongly suspect it's mostly because I wasn't familiar with the materials. I guess if I really want to please them and put myself into it, I kind of default into going with what I'm familiar with.
It is quite beautiful. I imagine many goddesses would be jealous. She'll smile.
And he'll just kind of look at it and will say, maybe. I don't know. I still feel like there's better I could have done, but for today, it's definitely something I can be proud of.
I'm proud indeed. Though, I do have a suggestion. If you don't twist to put them side by side, you can always use your original offering, and she'll just kind of wave her hand over it as part of the Geho Bako.
It will work for that? Well, certainly, I mean... well, there's no shame in effort you've put forth, but... Well, if we're making an offering, I certainly wouldn't want to place them side by side. They wouldn't stand up to each other, and... Well, if it can help in the last thing, perhaps that'll be its place, he says, talking about the original.
Right, certainly. And she'll just put them in like a shadowy water reef, and she'll be like, and I guess we can do the last bit within this table as well, and then present them to the shrine. Basically, we make a tribute box, and you can put whatever it is that you wish to put.
I see.
It would be monetary, or something more personal, or well, as we are both. She says the word to her.
Yeah.
Like, as we're both mytho.
As we're both okay.
Poetics, we can also put. As we're both mythopoetics, and she'll say mythopoetics.
Yeah. And she'll say mythopoetics.
Like, we can put her. Wow.
You cut out like as you said, as we're still mythopoetics.
Give me a moment.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'll be back.
Right.
Okay.
I'll be back. If I don't come back, I'm dead. Bye.
All right. You'll be back. We know you will.
Back.
It happens.
Huh. You know, this is probably the only time I'll be able to use my temp modifiers we got from Tokyo.
Yeah. I made sure to use mine.
Yeah, it's just, I got Yamato Damashi, know about Thailand, and creative art stuff.
I mean, you
None
could
of
have
it-
used the Damacy one on the knowledge roll.
I could have. I didn't need to, though.
You didn't need to know. Alright. Am I okay?
You sound okay.
You sound okay.
Yep.
You sound lovely, Jess.
Alright.
I'm beautiful.
Thanks. Alright, so what you were saying? You're saying the stuff you could put in it, and you're saying, as since we are mythopoetics, and she'll say the word mythopoetic as if it's still like a foreign word to her. We can also put something in that's a bit more magical in nature.
Ah, okay.
And she'll present you with a simple wooden box, and you can put whatever the fuck you want in there.
Well, shit.
Do you want some? Do you want to call a friend?
Sure.
Who you calling?
Who would be good to call?
Call Kira.
Hey, Kira.
I meant like meta-wise, call a friend.
No,
Yeah.
make it literal-wise. It'd be way funnier. Oh, sorry. One moment. I need help.
Probably be smarter to call Reiko.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't.
Kira's god with women. Can't
I
fuck-
don't
she's
know-
Raph's advice giver.
I don't know that Rio has anything short of what Shax has brought him.
Put in the candy apple.
No. And the reef he just made.
Let's look at your inventory. Put in a mini Jeffrey.
Do you want to call your GM friend?
Yes.
Oh,
You do
don't.
have the Mariah Academy SFX.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
God, Jess, you should have made him at least roll for that. Dude,
I said
put in
I'd be
your
nice
ball
to you
bearer.
guys when it comes to
Yeah.
mechanical stuff, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
that's
think
fair. That's
this is
still-
pretty
that's
easy
still
to
a new-
forget.
That's still a new thing we're using. That's fair. We're not-
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, okay.
So you can make
So-
as much stuff as you want with that, as long as you got the XP.
The second one can be bought with Maka.
Oh, Maca, yeah. Or you can literally put in Maca and XP.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, you know what? That seems great. That seems like a great idea. I'll use psychology to make some candy.
How in the hell?
It's the rank 2 perk.
Doesn't have to be associated with the class though.
It is. Sort of.
It's psychology candy.
Yeah. You know, because when you need to relax, they give you a piece of heart candy. Shut up.
It's the jelly beans from A Boy in a Blob.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, the way the ability works is that the school's already pretty fucking spooky. So it's probably the most spookiest shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody's really questioned it. So
we are in the setting when we are fucking wielding like spirits of old. So
Yeah.
I'm cool with what Rio is doing.
It's what the rank 2 perk is. I could make flowers or some other calming stuff with
you
the rank
could
1
use
one.
both 1 and 2, you know.
I could. Yeah, sure.
I mean,
Let's
it's
do
only
both.
1 XP per thing. So you could put a bunch of stuff in that box.
I want to do... Yeah, let's do that.
Don't say I never helped you guys.
I mean, you've
Never
rarely
help
do.
me. Re.
Re.
Get caught free.
Alright. So yeah. I could make a couple things. What's my XP at? It's not high. All right. To get down to even, I could make 4 things.
Alright.
Like 3 of the rank 1 props, and like of rank 2, like. Can I make Mochi?
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a good one.
Gods love Mochi.
Dun, 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 dun. Moon Rabbit Bunny, let's go!
Yeah. All right. And
God, I want the Mochi Rabbit as a persona.
that'd be
Fuck.
amazing. And what's the modifier for being rank 3?
+1. Oh, for
Do you want to
cat.
roll me your understanding or your knowledge?
Sure.
Maybe
The god's allergic to mochi.
No.
It's knowledge.
You figured like it might be a sweet idea to make a grass flavored sweet for the ball.
Aw.
Grass flavored. Oh, okay.
There you go.
That works out lovely.
Balls eat grass, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just checking.
All right. Let's make the bowl sweets. Does this count as creative arts? Because if so, I'd like to use my thing to lower the DC.
Yes, you are being creative.
Yay. I needed that.
Alright. Make some nice sweets. I mean, they probably look a bit like, they don't really look good, but they do the business in terms of theoretically the taste. I don't think you want to taste grass sweets though.
No. All right.
Alright.
Let's
So they
see.
look a bit like, some of them are a bit chipped and stuff, but they taste how they should taste.
Yeah. All right. Let's make a prop. Ah, if it's calming, can I make one of those, bamboo things that is filled with water and like it gets filled up and then tips over and makes a clanking thing?
Oh yeah, this.
Alright, so it wouldn't actually be working within the box.
Yeah, it
would
wouldn't
just
be working. It's the thing.
Okay.
You have to put the water there.
Gotta put the water there.
44.
Alright. It's pretty nice. You make a mini version.
Yeah.
I mean, it works. Like it's probably like it's probably like a 3-piece thing. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. All right.
And it looks nice.
Let's make something else that a god would like. Let's make an ink blot. Gods love this.
Gosh, I love ink blots. Damn! That's a really good fucking ink blot.
Yeah. And
Getting bought.
and let's make some
Really makes you think, huh?
yeah. And let's make some actual mochi for the god.
Let's say there's more than one color within the ink blot.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm.
Super
Yes.
advanced. All right, yeah, that sucks.
What's that?
That's for like the thing for the actual god, the Sugawara guy. I was making
Alright.
an actual mochi for him.
Alright, so
It's still
it's
grass.
not as good as
It's
the
just really good.
No,
a little bit of grass in it. Alright.
It's still delicious. I mean, it's close
Yeah.
enough. He can appreciate it.
Yeah. It's not like he's actually going to eat it himself.
Just
No,
a bit
You
grassy.
know.
Just a bit grassy.
Alright. Overall, it's a very nice little box.
all right, and don't forget, Katsumi said I could use the first failed flower thing I made.
Yeah.
Yes,
I want to
and-
do that.
Yeah, you put that in the mochi. Bit grassy.
Alright, so you kind of you'll just kind of close up your box, and Katsumi would have been done with hers. And she'll probably be like deliberating a bit more. And you'll see like if you look over to her, Dean,
Mhm. Sure.
if you look over to her, you can kind of see like she kind of reaches behind her neck, and she'll just kind of untie like the beads that she's had to it, and she'll put the entire lot into the box and then close it.
Oh.
And I mean, it doesn't take a fucking genius to know that's probably very important.
Yeah, I know. I was figuring that. I was just like thinking, how would Rio react to that? Because like if he was a total dick, he would clap. But like he wouldn't. He's not gonna do that. He'd simply
Please
say,
clap.
"Please
Jokes.
clap." No.
No. Like, never mind.
He'll just see that and kind of absent-mindedly just say, "Aren't those important?"
Yes, they're very important. It'll probably take a while for me to regenerate them, but it is what it is.
Ah, I see. Well then, you're very committed about this, getting this forgiveness.
Right. Since if any others wish to go through the tribute process, I suppose I'll have to get creative when it comes to my tributes. But it's not something I regret.
Ah, well that's good then. Yeah.
I see that you filled it out quite nicely. The lid almost seems to be bulging.
Yes, I didn't have anything quite so meaningful, so I simply placed some things inside I figured would be adequate.
Meaning comes within you, Agata. If you do not think they are meaningful, then that will ring true.
Well, the meaning behind them is less... well, there's no reason to lie to a god. I do quite intend to follow through with the spirit of everything, but I do believe that the meaning inside might be tinged a bit with self-interest.
Well, there is a reason why they are gods and we are not. It's good to know our place, but it's not something to be ashamed of. Being human is one of the greatest things you can be.
Yes. Now that I know there truly are other things, would be quite terrified at getting shifted into a different category.
Right. I suppose deep down I do share that sentiment. You know, sometimes being reminded of my limits is a stern but strong reminder of who we are.
It will nod and inside just be like, yeah, limits. Scratchy.
Right. I suppose we'll make our way and offer these to the shrine, and then we should be done.
Well, yeah, it does appear to be getting a bit late. I don't wish to... well, I understand that this is important, but if it weren't for me asking for this, I do suppose there would be other important duties to be done.
Right. There are so many duties, but so little of our people doing them.
Right. Is it simply that you have a dearth of volunteers, or simply that not everyone can be accepted?
Well, she'll just kind of sigh and she'll be like, there's not that many of our lineage left. I don't have any blood siblings. And Reiko, although she is my cousin, she is quite far removed.
Priesthood then is something that must be kept in the family?
Well, no. People are free to be welcomed in, of course, but in terms of the brunt of responsibility, those must fall upon Nakatomi's shoulders. We have been given the caretakership of the ocean, of course, and as you know, the ocean is a very harsh and unforgiving place. Not many can survive the waves.
Right, of course. Forgive me for speaking of things of which I only barely know anything of.
On the contrary, the fact that you ask means that you are interested, and an interest means that you know, and the more people that know, the more they'll be able to consider these things within their own lives.
Well, when presented with an unknown, I'm quite certain that I'm the type who finds their interest piqued no matter what the topic is, simply because it is unknown.
I suppose that's the being human part again.
I suppose. Although I've run into some people who aren't like that. We're a very varied species, after all.
Right. And she'll just, I guess you'll go over and you'll kneel down and present your offerings to the shrine and say a small prayer.
Yeah.
And after that, she'll just kind of wobble a bit. But you'll be like, if you're not in a hurry, then please, I must insist that you stay for tea. As in, like, the drink tea.
Right, yeah.
As in the drink.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Okay.
And he'll
Trying
say,
to force your European agenda?
Rio will say, I don't suppose I'm in too much of a hurry.
Right.
I did make sure to clear myself to do this, after all.
Right, okay, certainly. And if you have any further questions about your supposed self-interest, I'll be willing to answer you as to the best of my capability.
Right. Well, I'm not sure how many other questions I have that wouldn't be a bit too forward. After all, if I asked what exactly that thing out in the ocean is, I don't suppose you'd be able to give me the full answer. What with your station and all.
Not the full answer, no. But, well, I guess we might as well see what happens, no? Rather than make assumptions.
I suppose.
Right. I'll take you to a drawing room. And
okay.
she'll kind of like extend her arms open.
So what?
Like,
Does she want a hug?
no.
What's she doing that?
She wants the overgown.
Ah, okay.
And she'll be like, she'll stand behind you.
Right. Rio will take it off.
Right,
Because I forgot he was wearing it.
Do you want a hug?
I forgot he was wearing it.
Alright. And she'll take it from Rio and she'll be like, thank you.
Of course, not a problem. There's no reason to thank me for returning something I was given. The opportunity to borrow.
Well, I suppose you might want to substitute that thank you for going about things the traditional way.
Oh, right. Was there any other way?
Well, I know that Jun, he is able to go through the rites as well, and he's very modern in his thinking.
Right. Well, no, it was. No, it was fine. In fact, it was a bit relaxing. I very rarely get the opportunity to partake in shrine things. Simply at New Year's and at other festivals back home was when we went.
Well, they do say that smaller shrines, they tend to build up quite the community, a very quaint way of making friends and long-lasting companions.
And he's just gonna kind of look at her blankly and then be like, smaller shrines?
Well,
Ah, right. Never mind. I just, of course, no, it's nothing. It's just, I don't think I've ever been to a small shrine. We've mostly go to Atsuta when we have the opportunity.
Nagano?
Nagoya? Yes.
Nagoya?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite the metropolitan city. Not quite Kyoto or Tokyo, but still a jewel.
Well, of course you'd give it the not quite, but as a native, I do have some pride in it.
Excuse my language, I was thinking in a macro sort of way.
Yes, of course. We might not have history and important politics, but we've always been one of the biggest trading parts of this country. And if it weren't for Nagoya, then, well, I dare say there wouldn't be a connected Japan today.
Right. Well, there are many members of the recently established families who have their roots within business.
Oh, yes, right, of course. Sorry, it's just, there's a lot of jokes about it. As long as you're not going to tell me all the pretty women have moved to Tokyo.
She'll just kind of smile and she'll be like, I wouldn't do that or anything of the sort.
Good. Well, tea then?
Certainly. Green?
Oh, yes, of course.
All right. So she'll make her way there, and she'll very dutifully do all of it herself.
Rio will be kind of annoyed by that.
Oh. All right.
I'm just saying.
Why?
He likes making his own tea.
Annoyed, but not annoyed.
How's he
enough
meant
do
to know
anything.
that?
She's not meant to know that. I'm just saying.
Alright.
Giving you the character's inside. Whether she notices or not is different.
Alright, and she'll be like, she'll just pour it into the cup and say, how do you like it?
For the first cup, generally for the first cup, I like to take it as it is. If any corrections need to be made, that's for the second cup onward.
Right, okay, well, feel free to let me know, of course. Everybody has their own tastes.
Right. Yeah, we'll just take a sip from the tea.
It's not strong. It's like it's rather mild. Not mild in the bad way, but in kind of like the tentative way.
Right. Well, as long as it's still good, the tea, then it's like the only thing he'd ask for is like just a little bit of sugar.
Right. She'll pass him the container.
All right. I put just a little sugar in it.
Right. So you wish to ask me about Yomi then?
Well, I did notice it rather abruptly a few weeks ago, and well, it did strike me that perhaps, well, you had spoken about some things of that nature before. So it is Yomi then.
Well, it's not its in entirety. It's simply the surfacing. If we were to bring it up into its entirety, well, that would be quite the unfortunate thing to do. No, we simply wish to maintain a connection so that we may keep things in balance. Otherwise, if we let these things develop haphazardly, then you might get a situation as the Christians are dealing with.
I see. So, at least in a way, it's similar to that in nature. I hesitate to even call it a domain, as they're such large structures.
Well, that is the term for it, but I like to think of it more as a realm rather than a domain. We all live. We humans. We live in the Earth. Well, I don't know what the official term is called.
Sure.
And of course, there is if you believe in Buddhism, then there are many different ways that you live on after death. For the Japanese Catholics and us in Shinto, there's always Ami, and the Yomi are more restricted to those who are truly heinous or evil yokai.
Right. I see. So it is similar to that in nature. But you, or your family, and the priestly order is maintaining it for, I would presume, the good of the nation's spirituality?
Right. We cannot ignore things that are distasteful, Agata. If we do, then it goes far beyond our control, as you can see with the terrible thing that's currently infesting the industrial sector.
Ignorance certainly does not seem to be bliss in this world.
Well, I suppose for those who haven't opened their eyes and they see the world as we do, then ignorance is still a bliss for them.
Perhaps, but that's only because they're blind of a reality.
Right, but that is part of our role as well, making sure that we who have the ability to are able to keep light and dark in balance and make sure one does not overtake the other.
Well, I suppose perhaps there is some manner of spirituality I'm lacking on this train of thought, but I'm of the firm conviction that it's better to, well, I suppose I'll ask you, would you rather, if you were stuck on the tracks, not see the train coming?
Well, if we're going to take this metaphor further, then perhaps there is some solace.